It's almost embarrassing. Hi, everybody. It's a great afternoon, and I want to congratulate graduates, faculty, staff, family, friends. Congratulations to all of you. I would invite you to stand and share a handshake or a hug and a wish for good luck to somebody near you. Why don't you just stand up and do that? It's all about you guys today, all about you guys. That's the spirit. It's all about you. You're from 3 generations, 50 states, dozens of countries. You have stories worth telling, and more important, gifts worth sharing. You made a great decision to come to Metropolitan College and Boston University. I'm testament to that. And I'm grateful to be with you, in part because, she said a lot of it. I never got to my own commencements here. And I'm honored to be with you at yours. It's such a happy day. And I'm surprised. When Dean Zlatova asked me to speak, I thought this, and I said back to her team, you must have emailed the wrong bill. It's okay, you're off the hook. I think we're about to find out. So I have this little section that says, here's my story. I think you've heard it. All I'd say is it continues to be challenging work. We're really busy. Small firm, 15 people, and it's a true privilege to be able to get to work on things that sometimes make a difference. I had no idea how to do any of this when I walked through that graduate school door on Commonwealth Avenue the first night. It's here at BU that I learned how to understand complex community systems and figure out how to make positive change. But sometimes the street is a great teacher too. And I think so many of you probably know that. And it's a blend of what you learn, where you learn, that's going to make you successful. So I'd like to share 5 lessons that I think are timeless, that may just help you give your gifts better and write the next successful chapters of your lives. The first one is to make good trouble. Make good trouble, necessary trouble. That was the mantra of the late, beyond great, civil rights leader and Congressman John Lewis. He was BU's 2018 commencement speaker. President Obama called Congressman Lewis a founding father of a fuller, fairer America. So what's make good trouble mean? It means standing up for what you believe, speaking the truth as you see it, and shaking things up to achieve your vision. As we're going to see a little later, it also means being present and listening for others. But to get on with it, as Shirley Chisholm, some of you may remember, the first African-American woman nominated for president, said, "You don't make progress by sitting or standing on the sidelines, whimpering and complaining. You make progress by implementing ideas." That's good trouble. I struggled with how I could do it at my level, just a normal person, and found inspiration in the advice of the legendary Boston educator, Jonathan Kozol. He said, pick battles small enough to win and big enough to matter. Small enough to win and big enough to matter. Here's a really relevant example. The late Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., also a BU theology graduate, so you're all in good company, led the Montgomery, Alabama bus boycott when he was 26 years old. 26 years old. It's almost unimaginable. But what he did was he picked the right local battle. He won. He energized the nation in a courageous, profound civil rights movement. Not that it happened all at once. Easy turnarounds are few and far between. Progress is often inch by inch. But even then, it's cumulative. So my advice to you is that over time, keep pushing forward. You'll make progress on your own good trouble, and sometimes it'll happen more quickly and significantly than you first imagine, and then you'll be sitting there saying, oh boy, what are we doing now? Lesson 2 is that vision is dynamic. It's moving. It's not static. Vision is not some mission statement that a consultant helped your organization write. It's got to be more street smart than that. Ice hockey great Wayne Gretzky, unfortunately never a BU Terrier nor Bruin, they could have used them last night, said vision is knowing where the puck is going and getting to that spot, the right spot, to help your team win. You don't have to be a hockey fan to understand that the puck is always moving. So you must move too. Things change. So let your vision and strategy adapt accordingly. There's really no choice. We can't get stuck in the past or even fixated on the present to help achieve that fuller, fairer future that I think all of us want deep down. To be truly effective, we have to adapt our vision as situations and realities change, not be stuck on some statement that says this is the way it's got to be. The third lesson is to teach the next generation. You've all heard the saying, each one teach one. It came here with enslaved African Americans. It was a guiding light for Nelson Mandela. Each one teach one. What's that mean? It means that every one of us, each of us has to play a part, is responsible for teaching the next generation to achieve their visions and become role models themselves. Each of us as individuals can contribute to the collectivity of the future. I want to give you a few timely, maybe unlikely examples. This year, the whole nation watched as the women's Final Four electrified March Madness. First time ever, ladies, higher ratings than the men. What do you think about that? I assume that means you've heard of Caitlin Clark. Well, Caitlin Clark, uber sensational, right? I mean, off to a tough start, but she'll get there in the pros. She says she never loses sight of all the girls, all the young girls watching and taking cues. Someone's always watching you. You don't have to be Caitlin Clark, but as you move forward in your careers, in your lives, someone's always watching. Dr. Rochelle Walensky, the former CDC director, right, a global leader against COVID-19, said her female pediatrician, pretty unusual in the 1970s, was so approachable that as a young girl, Dr. Walensky was able to envision a career in medicine for herself. Someone is always watching. Even in my own journey, I think about people who I've mentored who are some of my colleagues. Vanessa, an intern, part-time research assistant, college student. She's now our firm's CEO. Marcia, mid-level at best, but really talented PR professional. Now a nationally recognized college president. Ryan, think about this. A young man who was so nervous he couldn't speak. I mean, he went almost catatonic in his interview. He's now, we hired him because smarter people than me said hire him. He's now a top executive and advisor for a major city mayor. And gratefully, I hope you think so, Holly, the communications expert who coached me for this talk, was my high school student down in Brockton. The message here is you mentor them, and in time they'll mentor you. So be a role model. Be a mentor. Take the time. Each one teach one. Lesson 4 is to make good choices that help you sleep at night. Or turn the page. Hey, Holly told me don't lick, so I'm just trying to turn the page. The incredible opera singer Beverly Sills famously said, again, we're on choices that let you sleep at night. There are no shortcuts to any place worth going. But it could happen to anybody. You see it happen all the time. And it's always shocking. How did he do that? How did she do that? People get caught up in personal success or a bad culture. They lose perspective. They make bad, even unethical, sometimes illegal choices. Success at the expense of others, for excessive profits, for winning a job or an election, for your own success, it's never worth the cost of sacrificing your values or your integrity, because it'll stick with you one way or the other. As Maya Angelou said, success is liking yourself, liking what you do, and liking how you do it. Yourself, what you do, and how. Success, happiness, and integrity are a pretty powerful combination. And they require good personal choices too. This isn't just about your work life. In fact, it's distinctly not always about your work life, and I learned that way too late. Early in my career, while I was here at BU, I thought it really helped my young family to be working a full-time job down in Brockton and at the Institute for Responsive Education across the street, and taken graduate school, 9 years of night school. You can do that online now. It was more inconvenient then. I'm sure some of you feel like you're on the same, what do you call it? In the same maze, on the same treadmill. Instead of nurturing my family, though, I always put and developed a terrible habit of putting my work and education first. I'm here to tell you, don't put your work before love. If you do it, you put yourself before love or personal responsibility, it's dangerous. It was a fundamental reason my first marriage ended. I hurt the people who I cared for the most because I took my eye off where the puck was going, and I lost track of where I was going. One more thing about ethical personal choices. Take the time to be kind. You can feel the spirit in this room, the love you have for one another and how you got here and who helped you through it. Take the time always to be grateful and kind. During years of health challenges before she passed away last October, my late wife, Charlene, drew real inspiration from her friend and former client, U.S. Senator Sherrod Brown of Ohio. Senator Brown's calls, his handwritten notes, his timely check-ins inspired Char and gave us both strength in tough times. Sherrod knows and shows, right, talks and walks it, that you're never too important or too busy to be kind or to show someone you care. It's a lesson in personal integrity I'll never forget, and I can only hope to emulate. You want to sleep well at night. My final life lesson is that to communicate well, you must first connect, be it with one person or an audience of thousands. Effective communication is the glue that can hold us together as a nation, as a world, as communities. Bad communication drives us apart. It's what people, I guess a key part of my message is that it's what people hear from you that matters, not just what you say. What they hear, not just what you say. The late Robert F. Kennedy, a son of Brookline, U.S. Senator and Attorney General, and manager of his brother John's presidential campaign, certainly had strong beliefs. Yet when he made that tragic run for president himself, Bobby Kennedy said, at the outset, we're going to talk about what people are interested in. We're going to listen to them, because when we do, that's when they'll listen to us. So as you go through your life and your career, pay attention to what people care about. Feel our shared humanity. Try to seek common ground. Reach people where they are. Don't just try. Yoda said, what did Yoda say? You all know? Do or do not. There is no try. Reach people where they are. That's when you'll be able to connect and persuade. So it's okay to say that you don't know, that you slipped up, that you're wrong, that there's a better way. I wish more leaders would remember that sometimes. It can be painful, but it proves your willingness to listen, your strength as a person, and your ability to compromise and move forward collaboratively. So finally, whether you're listening or speaking, to communicate well, this is something that's just a reminder. Look people right in the eye. Don't look away. Put away your phone, whether you're listening or speaking, and you'll communicate what you need to, and they'll feel like they're communicating with you. So to wrap up, these are my hard-learned, hard-earned, and it's not like you're born knowing this, lessons about how to succeed by making good trouble. 1, make good trouble in the pursuit of a higher purpose. Be purpose-driven, in the words of Reverend Rick Warren. Secondly, recognize that vision is dynamic. It's like the puck, always moving. So you need to keep moving to be in the right spot to help your team win. Third, be a mentor, be a role model. If you think people are watching you, it's because they are. Fourth, make choices at work and in life that help you sleep at night. And fifth, finally, to communicate effectively, meet people where they are. Be present for them. Don't just say what you want to say. Sorry, I didn't mean to say it that way, but you get it. It's what they hear and what they see, not necessarily what's coming out of you. So it's no secret, divided nation and troubled world, lots that needs attention and repair. So what that means to me is that our personal success, our personal prosperity aren't nearly enough. Each of us must play a part in meeting the challenges that we collectively and collaboratively face. So what that means to me is take risks, put yourself out there, do what you can for you, for us, and for all of us that come after. This is your time, seize the moment, and take your shot. Really, take your shot. Because to quote the great one, Wayne Gretzky again, you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. So go out and make some good trouble. Thanks for having me. Congratulations again, and great luck. Thank you.